You clicked on this video for one very specific reason. You want to look under the hood, you want to see the exact ETF architecture I'm using to build wealth and capture massive upside. Today, we are stripping away the noise, dropping the financial jargon, and doing a full unfiltered breakdown of my entire ETF portfolio. I promised you guys transparency, and I'm delivering it. We're going to walk through the exact funds I hold, why I hold them, and the specific top holdings inside each one that do the heavy lifting. I'm going to show you how to build an unshakable foundation and then how to layer high growth on top of that so you can actually sleep at night while your money works. If you're tired of the guessing game and want a real mechanical blueprint for how to deploy capital this year, you are in the exact right place. Grab a drink, pull up a chair, and let's get into the numbers. A quick disclaimer, investing has risk. Do your own research. This is not financial advice, and I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Let's get one thing straight right out of the gate. I love picking individual stocks. I love the thrill of doing the deep dive research, finding the edge, and aggressively making money on a single company. But even if you're an active investor who loves the game as much as I do, ETFs still play an absolutely critical role in your portfolio. They are the stress-free way to invest. I have real money tied up in these exact funds, and I rely on them to act as my financial anchor. You know that exhausted feeling of constantly checking your phone, sweating over every single earnings report, and wondering if your one tech stock is going to ruin your month? That is what happens when you play this game without a safety net. ETFs spread that risk out. They build an architectural shield around your money, so one bad CEO or one missed quarter does not wipe out your hard-earned cash. They give you the freedom to be aggressive with the rest of your portfolio because you know your core is completely locked down. Every winning portfolio needs a bedrock. We call these our stabilizers. My ultimate stabilizer is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, known as ticker VOO, V-O-O. This is the unshakable baseline that gives you exposure to the 500 leading companies in the U.S. economy. It only costs you 0.03% expense ratio, which is basically nothing. When we look under the hood at the top holdings, you see exactly why this is the core. Nvidia leads the pack at 7.6%, followed by Apple at 6.7%, Alphabet or Google at 5.4%, Microsoft 4.9%, and Amazon at 3.6%. But it does not stop at tech. You also get Broadcom, Meta, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, and JP Morgan rounding out the top 10. Together, those top 10 make up nearly 38% of the entire fund. You are buying the absolute titans of industry. This is the piece of the portfolio that reliably beats inflation and steadily grinds higher over the decades. Next up in the stabilizer category is the Invesco NASDAQ 100 ETF, known as ticker QQM. If VOO is the broad economy, the QQM is the foundational engine of large cap tech innovation. You get this exposure for a very cheap 0.15% expense ratio. The top 10 here are the heavyweights driving the modern world. Nvidia sitting at 8.68%, Apple at 7.63%, Microsoft 5.63%, Amazon 4.58%, and Tesla at 3.80%. Then you have Meta, Walmart, Google, and Broadcom. You are capturing the massive tech wave with solid large cap security. Together, VOO and the QQM form the shield. Once that shield is in place, we can pick up the sword. Now we move into the high growth plays. These funds are designed for pure capital appreciation, giving us an aggressive vehicle to build massive wealth. First up is the VanEck Semiconductor ETF, known as ticker SMH. This is a pure play on global semiconductor production and equipment. This is where the gloves come off. In SMH, Nvidia gets dialed in all the way up to a massive 15.23% weighting. Taiwan Semiconductor makes up 9.38%, followed by Micron at 7.7%, AMD 7.61%, and Intel at 7.22%. The rest of the top 10 includes Broadcom, Qualcomm, Texas Instrument, Lam Research, and KLA Corporation. For a 0.35% expense ratio, you are concentrating heavy alpha directly into the physical brains of the tech world. Every single piece of AI software requires the hardware these specific companies manufacture. And if you truly understand the AI build-out, you know that high bandwidth memory is the ultimate bottleneck. The chips cannot function without the memory to support them. That's why I use the Roundhill Memory ETF, known as ticker DRAM, as a highly targeted high-growth vehicle. It's a pure play on global memory infrastructure with a 0.65% expense ratio. Look at how concentrated this is. Samsung Electronics is 24.5%. 5.99%. SK Hynix, 24.22%, and Micron, 23.83%. Those three companies alone dominate the fund. The rest of the holdings grab the smaller players like Kioxia, SanDisk, Western Digital, Seagate, Nanya, and Winbond. This ETF is capitalizing on the absolute choke point of the entire technology sector. If AI continues to scale, these memory producers are positioned to print money. Now, hardware is great, but it needs software to actually monetize the technology for the end user. The Roundhill Generative AI and Technology ETF, known as ticker CHAT, C-H-A-T, is a high-growth vehicle focused entirely on generative AI development and software tools. For a 0.75% expense ratio, you get direct exposure to the enterprise productivity boom. The top holdings here balance the ecosystem. Alphabet takes the top spot, 6.72%. NVIDIA, 6.67%. Then you have some very specific generative AI plays like Knowledge Atlas and Minimax right around 5.2%. Microsoft, Amazon, Samsung, SK Hynix, AMD, and Broadcom fill out the rest of the top 10. This fund captures the software layer that businesses across the globe are adopting to streamline their operations right now. The last piece of my high-growth puzzle is the iShares MSCI South Korea ETF, known as ticker EWY. This provides targeted equity exposure to the economic tech giants of South Korea for a 0.59% expense ratio. South Korea is a critical hub for international tech supply chains and manufacturing. Samsung dominates this fund at 22.35%, and SK Hynix sits at 18.78%. But you also get exposure to massive industrial and financial conglomerates. Hyundai Motor is 2.66%, followed by KB Financial, SK Square, Hanwha Aerospace, Doosan Shinao Financial, and Kia Corporation. This fund secures our international footprint and gives us access to supply chain hubs at a very attractive structural valuation. Let's slide one more unique tactical weapon into this lineup before we wrap up the funds. This is the JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF, known as ticker JEPQ. This fund does something completely different by selling options on large cap US stocks to generate a massive monthly income stream. It is specifically designed to give you less volatility than the regular NASDAQ 100 while still capturing that exact high growth tech upside. For a 0.35% expense ratio, you get heavy exposure to the exact tech giants that dominate the market. The top holdings are locked in with NVIDIA, 7.4%, Apple, 6.5%, Google, 5.6%, and Microsoft at 4.9%. In fact, the information technology sector makes up over 50% of this entire portfolio. You're holding the undeniable global winners, but they are working for you in a completely different way. The real edge here is the immediate cash flow. This fund boasts a massive 12-month rolling dividend yield of nearly 11%. But there is a catch you need to understand about that cash. Those dividends are normally taxed as ordinary income, which can create a massive tax drag on your returns. That is why my absolute favorite place to own JEPQ is shielded inside a Roth IRA, where you get to keep every single penny of that income completely tax-free. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. You are probably looking at these top 10 lists and thinking that I own NVIDIA and Samsung 4 different times. The comment section critics love to scream about ETF overlap like it's some kind of rookie mistake. Let me be perfectly clear. That is not accidental duplication. That is deliberate, strategic concentration. We want that overlap. Good companies are in multiple ETFs for a reason. If a company is dominant enough to anchor the entire global economy, I do not want to own it just once. We are using VU and the triple QM to hold these giants as baseline safety nets. Then we are using the high growth funds like SMH and DRAM to actively juice our exposure to those exact same undeniable global winners. We are stacking the deck in our favor. The bigger point here is that mastering this kind of deliberate layering is how you completely clear out the market noise. This is exactly where the conversation continues every single day inside my Patreon community. It's where I share every trade I take, my real-time reasoning, and how we actively monitor these specific themes as they develop. You can see exactly what I'm watching, what I'm buying, and how the portfolio scales by checking out the link in the description below. Let's look at exactly how to map out these custom portfolio splits based on your personal goals. So how do we actually deploy this blueprint? I've put together 3 sample portfolios based on where you are in your investing journey. First is the aggressive builder. This is a 25% stabilizer and 75% high growth split. When you are young, your biggest asset is not your bank account. It is the mathematical weapon of time. You have compounding on your side. You have the runway to take a heavy tilt toward high growth AI plays and ride out the volatility to capture massive wealth. Second is the balanced strategist. This is a clean 50-50 split. You get to keep one foot firmly planted on the unshakable ground of VU and the triple QM while keeping the other foot on the accelerator with your high growth tech plays. Third is the wealth preserver. This is 90% stabilizers and just 10% high growth. This is for the investor who wants heavy capital protection but still needs a small sprinkle of high growth exposure to aggressively beat inflation. But let me tell you a secret the financial industry ignores. Age is way less important than your personality and your goals. I'm 56 years old, and my personal portfolio is extremely aggressive. I research high growth sectors heavily. I believe in the math, and I want that upside. There is no one size fits all formula here. You have to build the machine that fits your conviction. Let's do a quick recap of the real lesson here today. Building wealth isn't about jumping from one speculative stock to the next, hoping you get lucky. It's about architecture. By dividing your capital into unshakable stabilizers and targeted high growth engines, you eliminate the constant stress and the guessing games. This isn't a quick fix sales pitch or a system where you blindly copy someone else's trades. This is about giving you the structural knowledge to look at fact sheets, understand underlying holdings, and take control of your financial future. When you know exactly what role every single dollar plays in your portfolio, the market noise completely disappears. At the end of the day, most investors are actually best served by running a smart combination of both ETFs and individual stocks. You do not have to choose just one path. You use ETFs to secure your unshakable baseline wealth, and then you use individual stock picks to aggressively target specific opportunities where you have extreme conviction. The absolute key to this entire game is figuring out exactly who you are, what your specific goals are, and the exact strategic approach you want to take. Once you know your personal blueprint, you stop playing defense and you start building a real financial empire. Once you define your personal goals and take control of your financial machine, you realize that true wealth building is about learning how to think for yourself. That is exactly why I operate my Patreon community. While the vast majority of our long-term profits come from foundational investing, we do it all inside the community, from stock selection to strategic options. We have members who had never even touched an option before, completely crushing it because they learned a simple, stress-free system. Just look at Jimbo for Profits, who came from noisy discords where he was following trades and piling up losses, but completely changed his mindset inside our community and locked in over $16,695 in net gains. You can see the full visual proof of his dashboard on the screen right now. We don't do signal services or blind copy trading here. We give you the transparent reasoning, the tools, and the veterans to help you build independent conviction. The conversation continues right now at the link in the description below. If you made it this far, drop deliberate layering in the comments. Tribe check. We don't chase the crowd. We build the architecture that outlasts them.